It's a neighborhood rivalry tonight in Oak Creek as we feature a Southeast Conference matchup between the Franklin Sabres and the Oak Creek Knights, part of our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. Good evening, everyone. Along with Hall of Fame coach Terry Kelly, I'm John Weiser. Glad you could make it in tonight for this game as we feature a couple of teams out of the Southeast Conference. And when you reach Week 9, you hope you have something to play for. Both of these teams have a lot at stake here tonight.
Well, Franklin is always going to battle Oak Creek no matter what happens, and they're conference champions. They know that going into this game, and they want to keep that ball rolling. Oak Creek would like nothing better than to upset them.
Should be a great matchup tonight, a rushing attack by Oak Creek and maybe a little passing attack from Franklin tonight.
Well, Franklin's got a pretty balanced attack. Passing run, I think there's 6 yards difference on this season between the two, and it's going to be a challenge for the Oak Creek defense to figure out how do we derail that.
Let's feature our players to watch tonight. We'll start first with Franklin, a pair of receivers tonight.
Well, Elliot Harris, coaches describe him as fast and extremely athletic, returning all-conference player.
Another big target for Franklin tonight is their tight end.
6'5", 221, not only is he big, he is fast.
Defensively, we feature a linebacker tonight, Drew Knackel.
Whether he's inside or outside, his coaches refer to him as a tackling machine. He's all over the place.
Speaking of tackling machines, how about that defensive lineman, Gavin Meyer?
15 sacks already, 40 tackles for losses on the season.
Outstanding. For the Oak Creek Knights tonight, we start up front, one of their offensive linemen.
Ben Zielkowski, 3-year starter for the Knights.
We've been at this for 10 years, Coach. I can't remember when a coach featured his kicker as part of the offensive player to watch.
Dragan Kesic, ranked as the best kicker in the state of Wisconsin.
He has a foot. And for defense tonight, Nolan Sporleader, their senior defensive back.
They said he is the real heart and soul of that whole defensive group.
And Gabe Elusef, the sophomore defensive lineman.
Only a sophomore, but he started all last year as a freshman. Very, very aggressive.
As we said, a lot at stake here tonight. Franklin wants to remain an undefeated conference champion. Oak Creek trying to get another win, maybe improve their seeding for the conference or for the high school state playoffs that get underway next week. Franklin won this game last year by only 8 points, so we hope it'll be a close matchup tonight. When we come back, Mike McGivern will visit with both coaches as we continue our pregame show tonight from Oak Creek, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24.
Welcome back to the Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Mike McGivern alongside the two head coaches tonight's game. Joel Parv from Oak Creek, Lewis Braun from Franklin. Lewis, first and foremost, so far so good this year, feeling pretty good about this group.
Yeah, they've come together real well. Real happy with where we've come since the beginning of the season for sure.
You know, speaking of the beginning of the season, I went on my radio show and said, look, I don't think anybody's played two tougher non-conference games in a row. And I asked you about it, and he said, look, you just want to find out where we're at. Boy, that was awfully interesting. It took some courage to do that, I think.
Absolutely. I think when you get your program, to one of the top programs in the state, that's what you want to find out. We got a lot of young kids on the team, and we found out early Fond du Lac's a great program. We found out where our holes were and what we needed to work on for sure.
That's awesome. Joel, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Up and down a little bit this year. Feeling okay about where they're at right now?
Well, I'll tell you, we get better every week as far as just attitude and work ethic. We're very young also. We're going to start 8 sophomores tonight. But I'll tell you what, these kids put time in. They great effort. I know Coach Brown's played a hell of a schedule, and they're a heck of a team. We're just looking forward to battling with them, trying to give them 4 quarters, and we know we can play with everybody because we've had a tough schedule too. We played Waterford early. We think is a pretty dang good team. We know that flat out Franklin's as good as there is, so we're excited to take on the best.
Hey, Coach, this has been a rivalry between Franklin and Oak Creek for a long time. And years ago, I think it was really intense. I think now it's totally a rivalry that you guys respect each other.
Well, today I talked to the kids and I said, guys, I've got about 15 texts or emails from former players. This game is now about them. It's their game. This game is about the players. You've got parent night, senior night, homecoming. That's all about everybody else. But the Franklin Oak Creek game is about the players.
Yeah, Luce, you've been around this for a long time, but when Joe Cook was my co-host, he said, look, when I was coaching Oak Creek, I couldn't drive through Franklin. I wouldn't get a haircut. And he said, look, if I'm ever lost, you can't find me, check a jail cell somewhere in Franklin. You know what, the respect between you and Oak Creek is at an all-time high, I think, and certainly this is a game that everybody comes out to watch.
Absolutely. You know, Joel's doing a great job. He always has his team ready to play us. Last year they came out of the gate, you know, hit us right in the mouth, and it's a tribute to him and them believing in him. And I think the addition of him is going to make this rivalry even better.
Hey, last question. So Saturday is seating meeting Saturday. You like those seating meetings? You have a good time at those?
They're interesting. I'm sure many guys like you would love to be in there.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Same question for you.
100%. There's some interesting things said at those meetings, and most of it's better left at those meetings.
Hey, could one of you guys tape it for me for my radio show? Hey, boys, good luck tonight. Thank you so much, Coach. Good to see you. Let's get to a break. Other side of the break, John Weiser, Terry Kelly gets you the call of the game. This is the Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week.
And welcome back to Knights Community Field here in Oak Creek as we get set for our football game tonight. The United States Marine Corps has made their way to the 50-yard line, and now we're going to enjoy our national anthem from Oak Creek High School.
Remove your hats and face the northeast corner of the north end zone for our American flag and tonight's national anthem.
Ready for the neighborhood rivalry here tonight. Oak Creek and Franklin. We've seen some great ones through the years, and I think this one, as was pointed out by the coaches tonight, a lot of mutual respect on both sidelines here tonight.
Yeah, you got certain things you're going to go and watch on this field, and Franklin knows what they need to do. They're talking about they got to take care of the ball this evening. Their defense must remain dominant like it has all season. They want to keep that passing game clicking.
Oak Creek, it's pretty simple, as we talked about in the pregame.
Well, they've got an outstanding kicker, and Joel Parr, the Oak Creek coach, thinks that when they kick the ball, they can flip the field often. They also need to make some explosive plays. That's been lacking throughout the season for them. And they know against Franklin, you better have an effective pass rush. Otherwise, they can make it a long night.
We mentioned Franklin coming in 7-1 overall, 6-0 in the Southeast Conference. They are the conference champions, but they like to finish it off here tonight. An undefeated conference champ gets a better seed in the playoffs.
And conversely, Oak Creek's trying to improve their positioning for the playoffs. And you can't go by comparative scores because Oak Creek has kind of had a Jekyll and Hyde personality this season.
Franklin won the coin toss. They have deferred to the second half, so Oak Creek will receive the football to start our game here tonight. Our kickoff tonight is brought to you by Mixac. Prevent your kids from getting hooked. Visit tobaccoschanging.com. There are our officials tonight, a veteran group here tonight led by Patrick Miles. Nice to see Neil Bruner in the lineup here tonight as our line judge, and you have him in his picture right there. And there's the head coach for the Oak Creek Knights in his second season now, and that is Joel Parr.
Came in last year, first year, had an outstanding openings, debut there, 8-3 as a head coach last year.
Stefan Vukmanovic will do the kicking here. He's the kickoff guy. Gunnar Doyle and Nolan Sporleader are the two deep backs. And a reminder that tonight's Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to the my24milwaukee.com and click on the Watch Live button. You can also find complete game videos and photos from this season's games. And Week 9 is underway, and it will be a touchback to start our ball game here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Oak Creek Knights. Offense getting set to take the field. Ryan Hawk will be the quarterback, a captain for this team this year. 6'5", 182, and a senior.
Yeah, passing has not been something that has been the feature of the Oak Creek offense. They'd much prefer to run the ball, but I think tonight they know that they've got to try to get some matchups that help open up that run game.
There you get a look at the offense. Gunnar Doyle and Joseph Stille will do the running. You'll have Lucas Galet in there as far as a fullback is concerned, and they're going to come out throwing right away, going over the middle of the field, looking for Erdman, and it's just out of his reach, incomplete, just across midfield. Brady Erdman, the intended target out there. It was Kyle Schwartz in coverage defensively. Another good look there, and
might have arrived a shade early.
Again, a good offensive line led by Zilkowski at right tackle. There's Franklin's defensive lineup. We mentioned Gavin Meyer. What a year he has had. 58 tackles, 40 tackle for losses, and 15 sacks. Again, they'll come out on the fake, and it'll be the quarterback. Hawk on the run. Hawk across the 30 out to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 15 yards. And our first down of the evening brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. The tackle made by Kyle Schwartz again.
Now, when Ryan dropped back, he saw that they were in man-to-man coverage. All of a sudden, he said, hey, nobody's got counted for me, so he took off.
From his own 35-yard line. They'll run it. Gunnar Doyle, not much there, maybe a yard, that's it. Good movement up front. Looked like it was Sam Karcher, one of the linebackers, to get in there first. Mentioned Gunnar Doyle, a senior, 6'2", 215. Rushed for over 450 yards so far this season. Second and 9. Ball at the 36-yard line. And they'll swing it out far side, complete to Waltersdorf. Waltersdorf, yards after contact, picks up 8, just short of the first down. Aiden Waltersdorf, 6'6", 215. That's his 18th reception of the year.
You talk about a tall receiving core. Oak Creek can put out 4 receivers, 6'3" or taller, get some matchups against some shorter corners.
Jordan Phillips finally got him to the boundary. They mark him out of bounds at the 42-yard line, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Let's see what Ryan Hawk does here. He's going to put it up. Going for the big man again, Waltersdorf, but thrown out of his reach. Incomplete, brings up 4th down. Looked like Kulbertans was in there on the coverage, had Waltersdorf well covered.
Right, and we're going to get a chance now to see Dragan Kesic boom that ball. He's averaging almost 40 yards a punt throughout the whole season.
Well, this is that moment that Joel Parr was talking about, flipping the field and pinning your opponent back.
And you can see the receiver for Franklin standing on the 15-yard line.
It's Dyson Klubertans, the junior. Good snap to Kesic, and he gets a nice one, driving, spiraling kick back from the 10. Circles near side flag on the play across the 20, 25 near sideline to the 30. Out to midfield is Klubertans. He will take it all the way for the touchdown, 90 yards, but there are 2 flags back inside the Franklin 35-yard line.
And the first was tossed just as soon as he caught the ball. That referee, I think he'd have noticed the block from behind, or something of that nature.
We got flags, we've got hats, we've got everything on the field here. Off this, it would have been a 90-yard punt return for Dyson Klubertans, the junior. Averages almost 14 yards a return, but all for naught here.
Well, Dragan demonstrated how strong of a leg he's got, and you can see why a number of schools are looking at him. They would like to have a kicker with that kind of power.
It was 58 on the fly, 58 yards on the fly. As Patrick Miles sorts out this penalty, our first call here tonight.
During the return, there's a holding on the return team, number 47. That penalty is declined. Illegal block in the back, number 47. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
The call was on Jordan Phillips. We'll take a look. There it is right there.
One thing as a coach, you tell your player, don't throw your arms in the air like you're not guilty of something.
Unfortunately, takes that 90-yard return by Klubertens back as we set the Franklin offense for you tonight. Miles Burkett, the quarterback. Nelson, the single back. Great receiving core. We featured Elliott Harris. Brett Spalding, a big target at tight end, and a great offensive line. John Pekar, the first team all-conference. And they wrap up immediately on the play for a small gain of 1. Oak Creek defense rising to the occasion. That was Ethan John Gonzalez, the outside linebacker.
One of those sophomores that Coach Parr was talking about playing a prominent role for Oak Creek.
There's the defense, a 3-4 alignment. El Youssef anchoring that defensive line. They'll throw it out, complete the pass far side. This is Mitch Elba. Elba across the 35-yard line. 16-yard pickup for Elba, the wide receiver. He's had a decent season this year as well.
Yeah, they've really spread the ball around to a number of receivers throughout the season.
Sophomore Sean Garcia, the strong safety, got him out, but not before he picks up a Gruber Law Office's first down for Franklin from their own 35-yard line. Burkett's going to roll to his left. Still being chased, now going to be taken down from behind and out of bounds. Running him down on that play was Ethan John Gonzalez again. 6'3", 191, another sophomore making a start tonight for Oak Creek.
I get a replay here. You can see him come into our picture from behind. Run him down. Very aggressive. Started all last year as a freshman.
Be a loss of 2, second down 12 for the Sabres. 3 receivers right side. Burkett going to toss it back to the near side. This is Spalding. Spalding with some running room and a stiff arm across the 45-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 43. Just short of a first down, a pickup of 10. Max Burrowman, the inside linebacker, making the stop for Oak Creek.
You know, raw numbers can sometimes be misleading, but here's a young man. He's 6'5", 221, but he runs a 4.6 40.
31 receptions this year, 7 touchdown catches on the year for Brett Spalding. Third and short here for Franklin, third and about 2. They need the 45-yard line for the first down. Burkett on a quarterback draw. Second effort going to get it. 6'1", 175, the sophomore. A little strength there as he moved the pile forward and picked up the first down out to the 47-yard line. One more look here. Design play. It's one of the things Lewis Brown was pointing out. He's tough to bring down. He's not afraid to run it up the middle. Take on the inside linebacker and the strong safety. First and 10, Franklin. Little hitch and go. Over the middle, completes the pass out across the Oak Creek 40, down to the 37-yard line of the Knights. It was Elliott Harris, one of our players to watch here tonight, making his first catch tonight, the wide receiver.
You watch how Miles Burkett delivers that pass. He steps into his throw, puts it right on the mark.
Sporleader and Slayton able to bring him down. But they'll mark it at the Oak Creek 35-yard line. Again, Burkett with time. Delivers near side. Again, hits Elliott Harris inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. 22-yard pickup for Elliott Harris.
He was a first-team all-conference performer a year ago.
It was Hibbard and Sporleader who finally got to him here. Nicely thrown ball by Burkett. From the 13-yard line. First and 10, Franklin. Methodical drive here. Burkett now able to break containment. Burkett racing to the pylon. Touchdown, Franklin. That's his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. This one from 13 yards out. Franklin with the early lead.
Right, he almost got caught behind the line of scrimmage, but he managed to elude the tackler. One of the things we pointed out at the top of the show, there's only 6 yards difference on the season, passing yardage, running yardage for Franklin.
This is Luke Kuhl who kicks the extra points. Kyle Schwartz on the hold, and the kick is through. 7-0 Franklin. Let's head down to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Here with the athletic director at Cardinal Strict, Tim Van Alsten. So let's talk. Basketball is right around the corner. Feeling pretty good about the programs?
Well, yes, once again, we're leading off with John Foffel's program. Our women's basketball program has been fantastic. Over 20 years consecutively going to the NAIA National Championship Tournament. So we're really excited about his program. And then Milwaukee native Mike Jaskowski is leading our men's program, and we're excited about that. The opening game for us is going to be against the Panthers at UW Milwaukee on October 31st. So that'll be a good test for our program.
Tim, I'm in a lot of gyms, and I see your men's basketball coach in gyms all the time, talking to student athletes about coming to Stritch, and when he talks about it, he's got such a passion about it.
Well, Mike is a gym rat. He grew up, his whole family, from his dad to his brother. They've been a basketball family for many, many years, obviously. And, yeah, he is a gym rat, and he's looking for the best talent to come to Cardinal Stritch. And if they're not going to the Badgers or Marquette, we'd like to have them at our place.
Hey, Tim, thanks a lot for being part of Thursday Night Lights. Really appreciate it. Boys, back to you.
Mike, Tim, thank you very much, and thank you again to Cardinal Stritch University for their sponsorship this year of our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. 9-play, 80-yard drive for the Franklin Sabres. Burkett, the 13-yard touchdown run, his 7th rushing touchdown. Gunnar Doyle standing at the goal line. He'll get a chance to return this one from the 2. Gets to the 20, and he stood up there. 18-yard return for Gunnar Doyle, brought down by Carson Wallenweck. And here's the touchdown by Burkett. Once he got the edge, outside the pocket, he was able to motor that one in. Let's see how the Knights respond. They'll start this drive from their own 20-yard line. Gunnar Doyle lined up behind the quarterback, Ryan Hawk. Hawk will keep it going left. He'll get a yard, and that's about it. Trying to catch you with that motion, coach, trying to make you look in that backfield looking for the football instead of trusting your keys. Noah Jessup able to step in and make the stop.
You look at the number of tackles for loss scattered amongst that front 7, and it's amazing. You can see how aggressive the Sabres are on defense.
2nd down, 9. Ball at the 21-yard line. Under pressure, tries to swing it out, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit the man in motion that time, Lucas Galett. 6'3", 185, a senior. Well, earlier tonight, we want to thank our fine folks at Dan Dan for providing the wonderful food this week for our Thursday Night Lights staff and crew. And again, all season long, they have come through with some outstanding pregame meals. You can check them out at dandanmke.com for their complete menu and delivery options. Knights behind the chains here now, 3rd and 9. Changing the play. Now will scramble, and he'll get the first down out to the 30-yard line. A little scramble that time by Hawk, able to pick up the first down Again, man coverage, he was able to take advantage.
That's the second time we've seen Ryan be able to find a hole and take that ball through, and it's critical that they are able to string together some first downs.
Jordan Phillips made the stop. Let's head down to the sideline once again, and Mike McGivern.
So, boys, the defensive coaches here on Oak Creek are saying, fellas, a couple of things. Defensive backs, it's 3rd and 4. Why are we 18 yards off the receivers, and we need to wrap up this quarterback? We had him stopped and let him go. You need to put him on the carpet.
Little jet action here to the split end. Nathan Gladney picked up nicely by the Franklin defense for only a 1-yard loss. Gavin Meyer, who we featured in our pregame, there to make the stop. Not quite a tackle for a loss.
Very mobile, and you look at the young man, 6'4", 243, plenty of weight that can be added to that frame moving forward.
2nd and 9 for Oak Creek. Midway through our first quarter, Franklin scoring on their first possession tonight. Oak Creek, their second possession, started at the 20-yard line. Quarterback draw by Hawk, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Again, Gavin Meyer right there to clog things up defensively for Franklin.
We might have got ourselves a tackle for a loss there. He might be a yard.
Design play, and Gavin Meyer was right there. First team all-conference and all-state selection a year ago as well.
Yeah. Franklin coaches can't say enough about just how important Gavin is to their whole defense.
Now 3rd and 9 once again for Oak Creek. Second time on this drive facing a 3rd and long. Empty backfield, Hawk with a hitch and go. Comes back near side. Excellent wrap up by the safety coming in that time. Dyson Klubertens, second team all conference. Read that play well, able to step up and take Joe Stilley down for a short gain of maybe a yard. That's it.
Right, and this has been a dominant defense. We mentioned that when we were taking keys to the game, and they're intent on remaining that way.
Hessick on to kick. Boomed one 58 yards the last time. Let's see what he delivers here. This one's going to take a bounce in front of Klubertans. He's going to let it roll. Oak Creek's going to grab it at the 39-yard line and down it there. 4:36 to go here in our first quarter. Franklin up by a score of 7-0. Well, while we're enjoying a great night of football here in Oak Creek, we bring you a dose of reality. According to the Wisconsin Medical Society, 80% of patients dying from heroin overdose started with prescription drugs. A dose of reality brought to you by Mixap. First and 10 Franklin, short of their own 40-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side. Little option here, speed option to the far side, and ushered out of bounds at the sticks. Good read by the Oak Creek defense. They were ready for it.
Yeah, they really, flow to the ball very well, use the sideline as an extra tackler and squeeze that play down.
I credit to Gabe Elusef, that defensive end over there on that far side, able to stay home and string that out.
Yeah, you saw Logan Braun over there as well. He's 55 tackles so far on this season.
2nd and 9 for Franklin. Trips here to the near side. Single receiver right. They will hand it off. Not much there. No running room at all for Lucas Nelson.
Well, Joel Parr felt his defense has been playing well all year. And one of the things that he said they don't have is, unfortunately, on offense, they don't have the explosive plays to kind of get back in games. And we should point out they're missing Zach Peterson, their only two-way starter, who makes things happen on offense and was an excellent defensive back for him.
Loss of a yard. Elusef with the tackle for loss. Burkett with time. Looking for Alba. Got him. Far side, Mitch Alba. He'll take it in for the score.
When you see the replay of this, he put that ball right on the money, just caught Alba right in stride.
Excellent thrown ball. Great catch by Alba. 61 yards. Look how quick he gets rid of it.
And he steps into his throw. He brings that arm all the way through.
was Ethan John Gonzalez. That's a mismatch there, a linebacker on Elba, and he took advantage of it. Cool for the extra point. Up and through. 14-0 Franklin, 61-yard touchdown strike. As we take a break, hear from Oak Creek, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24. ...61-yard strike by Miles Burkett to Mitch Elba. Elba's third touchdown reception of the season. It's 14-0 Franklin. Well, before we kick this one off, let's head back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
So, guys, I fully expect Oak Creek to come out when they get the ball here in Wildcat. They're trying to figure something out, obviously, defensively, but offensively, they feel like they're doing okay up front, and they're going to come out in Wildcat and see if that wakes up offensively a little bit for them.
We shall see here as Gunnar Doyle will take this one on the run short of the 10-yard line. Across the 20, and down he goes at the 25-yard line. Looked like it was Brett Oberbrunner getting down there on special teams for Franklin to make that tackle.
Coach Brown mentioned before that last year's game, Oak Creek came out and smacked him in the mouth, got an early jump on him, and it was a tight game till the very end. Franklin winning 28-20, but Oak Creek hasn't been able to get off to that quick start tonight, and they got to be careful here to not let the momentum get totally out of hand.
We'll see what they do here. Mike mentioning might see a little bit of wildcat here. And that's what we'll see with Erdman back there, the tight end. Looks like he's going to take the snap here with the quarterback, Hawk. Both back there. It's going to go to Hawk. Erdman's going to try and set a block for Hawk, cuts it back at the hash mark, struggles forward and got a yard out of that. That's about it. Trying to use the fullback as a blocker. Jarek Miller got in there, along with Schwartz. Gain of 1, second down. Well, they're actually going to move it back. Be a loss here. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Stilley trying to go in motion. Doyle gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just too much up front by Franklin right now. Getting in there was Drew Knackle, the outside linebacker.
If you're trying to run that option, you've got to make sure they have to honor that dive, that initial play. Otherwise, your option's not going to go anywhere. And Franklin is so quick on defense, and they really flow to the ball well.
They've always had a good defense. Everybody wants to talk about their offense the last couple of years, but we've been impressed the games we've done through the years with their defense and how quick they do get to the football. Hawk now with a blitz, able to make a catch here on the near side. And is Stilley out to the 31-yard line, short of the first down. Run out of there by Klubertans.
Nice throw that time by Ryan Hawk. One of the things you've seen them do is they shift their defense around. Gavin Meyer had him as like a nose man last play, and they move Nick Stauber out to the outside on the end. They're going to shift him all around and try to get some mismatches.
3 drives, 3 punts for Oak Creek. Kessick on to punt it away. Kick it away from Klubertans. It will take an Oak Creek bounce. May have been touched back at the 31-yard line as it rolls down to the 17. Back judge threw his beanbag over there.
It did bounce off one of the Oak Creek defenders going down under that kick.
They will spot it at the 32-yard line. Well, he's a television icon. Now he's taking on his greatest duty ever. Don't miss Judge Jerry. That's weeknights at 5 and 5:30 right here on My 24. Indeed, that's where it was touched, at the 32-yard line. So Franklin, good field position here. Up by 2 scores. Nelson stood up and driven back. About a 2-yard pickup out to the 35-yard line. Like it was John Parker, the senior outside linebacker there.
Nelson on the carry, Parker on stop, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Sets up a 2nd and 7 for the Sabres. 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Empty the backfield. Nelson will line up in a slot near side. Burkett, quick toss to Elba outside, able to make the first man miss. Continues out of bounds, out near the first down marker. And he will have enough for a first down. Nice swim move that time by Elba to avoid that first contact.
And what makes that play go and sometimes gets lost in the shuffles, 21, Lucas Nelson went out and got that block to free him to get upfield. You know, you can throw it wide for those quick bubble hits, but if you don't have blocking, they'll go nowhere.
Once again tonight, when a team gets inside their opponent's 20-yard line, they enter the Stritch Red Zone. Focused on your success, visit stritch.edu. 1st and 10, Franklin. Burkett with a strong run. 13-yard pickup before he's whipped down near the 42-yard line of Oak Creek. 13-yard pickup by Burkett, the quarterback.
Yeah, he's rushed 73 times during the course of this season. Not afraid to tuck the ball and run.
Berman, Max Berman, the inside linebacker, flung him to the turf. 1st and 10 from the Oak Creek 42. Empty again, Burkett. Everyone covered, and down he goes. Protection breaking down, all the receivers covered that time, and it was Gabe Elusef who got in there for the sack. Again, a 2nd-year starter as a sophomore. That's how much talent this kid has.
You know, you see Steve Haluknak trying to find, you know, just what are the right buttons to push, and I can see why they've got some pride in this defense. It's just trying to be consistent.
2nd and 10. And Burkett on a draw, makes the first man miss and then darts out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Quarterback keeper, protect, pushed out by Slayton.
It looked like Slayton was there. Rashawn Slayton, cornerback on that near side, finally got Burkett out. Short gain of 2. Sets up a 3rd and 8 now for Franklin.
Franklin's been able to convert a couple of these 3rd down plays during the last 2 possessions.
Let's see if they tighten up here a little bit as they flush Burkett on the run. Sliding grab at the 30-yard line is made by Brett Spalding, the tight end. Gain of 10 and a first down to the 30-yard line.
You have to be impressed with Burkett's cool as he runs here to his left, throws that ball with the right on the mark.
Mickey Filsinger was chasing him out of the pocket as he delivered that football, and that's going to run our clock down. A Gruber Law Office's first down at the 30-yard line. That will be our 2nd quarter play when we come back. Franklin looking to score again. They lead it by 2 touchdowns here on the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. Oak Creek power plant in the distance there. Firing up. It is a chilly night tonight, but Franklin is red hot. They lead it 14-0 as we begin our 2nd quarter. 3 receivers near side for Burkett. And he's going to be sacked back at the 32-yard line. I believe it was Ethan John Gonzalez and Gabe Elusef who both got their coach.
And they did have an open receiver downfield, so there was a mix-up in the coverage, and suddenly there was a guy breaking free on a corner pattern.
The first timeout of the half.
Oak Creek taking a timeout here.
I think the coach might have seen what happened on that blasted coverage.
That is Coach Haluknik, the defensive coordinator, in the middle of that huddle.
Excellent girls basketball coach as well, and has been with the football program a number of years.
Well, earlier this afternoon, Mike had a chance to visit with the fine folks from Bubon Orthodontics.
Hey guys, thank you very much. I'm here with two girls that did not want to be here, but they decided to join me anyway. Bubon Orthodontics, Maddie Benoit, who's a graduate from Oak Creek, Kristen Soine. Kristen, let's talk a little bit about what you guys do, and thank you so much for being part of Thursday Night Lights.
Well, thank you for having us. We loved it. This is our last one, our first time being here this year, but we'll hopefully be back. And we'd love for all of you to come out to Bubon Orthodontics. And if you mention Thursday Night Lights, you get $500 off of your treatment, and we'd love to see you.
$500 off. Just got to mention this interview. Maybe they give you $550 or something. Hey, so a kid can come home. Oak Creek graduate. How long have you been with Bubon?
For a year. A little over a year, yeah.
And you were an ex-client there, correct?
I was, yep.
So your days at Oak Creek, do you miss it here?
Slightly.
You do?
Yeah.
Maddie, thanks for doing this. Chris, thank you so much. Boys, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. 15-yard run that time by Burkett, the quarterback. And they've reached the stretch red zone here early in this second quarter.
Well, Franklin's really showing us that mix of run and pass, and they've got the offense really moving smoothly and effectively.
Once again, three receivers to the near side for the Sabres. Burkett wants to put it up. Now being chased. He'll get it away. Catch is made inside the 5. No signal yet. They'll mark him down at the 1. Keaton Arndt, the flanker. Just his 13th reception of the year, a sophomore, making the catch down to the 1-yard line.
Once again, they flush Burkett out as he rolls, puts the ball on the money.
Just couldn't quite dive it over the line. It was Logan Brom who was flushing Burkett from the pocket. And Arndt with the catch to the 1, 1st and goal, Franklin. That's Gavin Meyer in the backfield as a fullback. They'll hand it off to Nelson. He'll walk it in for the touchdown.
I would imagine Mr. Meyer at some point is going to suggest, you could give the ball to that lead back, but that really helps clear the way right on the edge.
Nelson punches it in. 7th touchdown of the season for Nelson. 20-0, Franklin. One more look. Foul the fullback, and Gavin just took 3 players out.
That whole offensive line had a tremendous surge.
Kick is up, and Kuhl's extra point goes through. 21-0, Franklin. Well, again, all season long, we've had the opportunity to show you some of the great smiles from our crowd. The Smile Cam brought to you by Bubon Orthodontics. Give the world your smile. You can check them out at bubonortho.com. Add Lewis Brown to the smiling group here tonight. He's up 21-0. His quarterback's perfect 8 for 8 tonight.
Well, you can see why Franklin's offense makes any defensive coordinator age. They've got so many things that they do well, and they really are able to put stress on your defense because you can't load up to stop one thing. They've got a variety of receivers, quarterback who can run. Lucas Nelson at the running back is an excellent ball carrier as well, so it's a problem.
10 plays, 68 yards. Nelson going over from the 1. Arndt with that beautiful catch, with Burkett being flushed from the pocket to take it down to the 1 to set up Nelson's 1-yard touchdown run. This one's going to skip its way into the end zone for the touchback. So 1st and 10, Oak Creek.
Sabre kick sails into the end zone. Knights take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Again, some of the fine folks here tonight enjoying this one on the Oak Creek sideline. Oh, they wish they'd have a little bit more to cheer about. See what the Oak Creek offense can do here. Well, Mike had said we're going to watch for a little more Wildcat action back there, so we'll have to see. With Doyle the single back, 2 wings, 2 receivers. We'll come back far side. Erdman with the catch out to the 23-yard line. Wrapped up almost immediately once he made the catch by the strong safety, Daniel Martins.
That offensive line for Oak Creek has got 2 sophomores starting. And you're going up against a really tough defense. You know, and when Ryan Hoke gets some time, we've seen he's been able to throw the ball very well.
2 receivers far side. Waltersdorf, the single receiver to our near side here. Hawk will keep it out to the 29-yard line. Brett Spalding in there now, spelling Gavin Meyer on the defensive end, able to make the stop. That's the other thing, too, with Franklin. Very few players going both ways.
There's obviously something in the water down Franklin Way as you look at the size that they've got across both offensive and defensive lines.
This will be a 3rd and 1 now for the Knights. And the handoff goes to Doyle, and Doyle's not going to pick it up. May have actually lost a yard. Sam Karcher leading the charge that time from the inside linebacker position. Able to fire through and make the stop.
Yeah, Karcher coming into tonight's game had 53 tackles on the year. You know, 6 feet, right about 190 pounds.
Well, you're down 21. It would appear that the Knights are going to go for it here. Fourth and 1 from the 29. Penalty markers on the play. A little movement, I believe.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 56, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Little double clutch by the center as we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, just some information for you. In the Woodland Conference Championship, middle of the 2nd quarter, Greendale up 6-0 over Whitnall.
Yeah, that's a big ball game for Whitnall, I think, because they can improve their stock going into the playoffs.
Right, everybody's looking for that arguing point that'll help on Saturday during that seeding meeting.
Now they'll be forced to punt here following that penalty. Kessick, not one of his best. And will take a bounce across midfield. And will roll dead at the Franklin 43-yard line.
Well, the thing Franklin's doing is they're sending 3 guys hard at those personal protectors for the punter, and I think it's distracting Kessick a little bit.
Later on tonight, we're going to highlight an unusual moment from tonight's game and our uncommon moment. That's brought to you by Concordia University. Live uncommon. 33-yard punt with that roll will set up Franklin at their own 43-yard line.
That Jeep and SUV 370 CXE needs to be moved.
Well, a few times you'll see Burkett under center. We'll hand it off to Nelson. He'll take it out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Like it was El Youssef might have been in there. Along with Parker. Gain of 2, 2nd down 8.
That license is 370HXE.
Get a look at Burkett. 8 for 8 tonight. Over 150 yards passing so far in this first half. He's got twins either side here. On 2nd down and long, he's going to put it up. Now on the scramble. And the Knight defense will get there for the sack. Berman, the inside linebacker right there. 2nd sack of Burkett tonight.
Berman only a sophomore, and Coach Parr said he's really been, very staunch defender this year. He's in on 54 tackles on the year. He's forced 3 fumbles.
Elba split out here to the near side. Burkett with pressure. Gets it away through Nelson's hand, incomplete. Had to get rid of that one early because of the blitzing linebacker that time. Might have been John Gonzalez again on the blitz. So for the first time tonight, the Sabres will be forced to punt.
That's exactly what Oak Creek needed to get a stop. Sporleader can see if he can get a good return and set them up with field position.
Senior Brett Spalding does the punting for Franklin, averaging better than 38 yards per kick himself. High snap. Spalding will get this one away, an end-over-end kick that will bounce across the 30. Oak Creek will let it roll, and Franklin will down the football at the 19-yard line. 47-yard punt on the roll. Once again, we head to the sideline, and Mike McGivern.
So, guys, TJ from Salvation Army, he got all kinds of props. The girls behind us. He's got his 2 daughters. But we want to talk about making sure that you get a chance to be involved with Salvation Army and get out and ring the bells. You're recruiting right now, right?
Yes, we're actually looking for volunteers. It's going to take 1,000 volunteers to help raise money for this year's kettle campaign.
So, you, what grade are you in?
7th grade.
7th grade at East Middle School.
Yeah.
You're a good student?
I think so.
You're a good student. Hey, you know what? Help TJ out. Help the people at Salvation Army. It's a great cause. I certainly believe in these guys. They need 1,000 people to help them. Make sure you do it, boys. Back to you.
Mike, thank you. The Salvation Army thanking TJ, Mr. TJ tonight, for the effort that he has put forth, and thank you for doing the most good in our communities. We would like to remind everyone that you can do the most good by donating. You can text your donation to TNL to 41444, and we'll take you to the online donation page. From the 19-yard line for Oak Creek, trailing by 21. 3 receivers near side. Hawk gets rid of it, thrown behind the intended receiver, incomplete. Looking at for Stilley. Joe Stilley, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Franklin brought a nice blitz that time, brought 2 backers along with the 3 down linemen, were able to put pressure on Ryan Hawk.
Hawk, one of 4 captains for this Oak Creek team this season. As Doyle in the backfield on this 2nd and 10 snap. Puts it up far side, going up. Erdman makes the catch and out of bounds. No, he was out of bounds when he came down with it, incomplete.
Another one of those tall receivers. Erdman 6'4", on the other side, number 80, Aiden Waldersdorf is 6'6". So he's got some targets, just needs to have enough time to make that completion.
Good matchup there. He had Dyson Klubertans, the 5'10" corner over there. Update now on that Woodland Championship. Whitnall up 7-6 over Greendale. Joel Parr looking on, the head coach for Oak Creek. 3rd and 10. Trying to screen up the middle to Gunnar Doyle. He'll take it out to the 25-yard line, short of the first down. Connor Dirtz there to make the stop. Dirtz, a senior linebacker for the Sabres. And Kessick will come on to punt once again.
You know, when Coach Parr mentioned, and we talked about it early on tonight, that lack of the explosive play, of getting that big play when they needed it. It's been a problem they felt this year. Part of that comes because you got a young team.
Lewis Brown, the head coach for Franklin, in the gray jacket and the ball cap. Kessick. Klubertans from his own 40. Across the 45, trying to get outside, not so fast. Oak Creek able to get down there and make the coverage. And down there for the Knights, that was Max Berman. He had a lane down that far outside line here. Earlier tonight, Mike had a chance to visit with another one of our sponsors, Empire Beauty Schools.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Here with Catherine Spitzer from Empire Beauty Schools. First of all, it's just been a privilege to have you part of what we do here at Thursday nights. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's been a really good experience.
And one of your students saw you last week. He said you did a nice job.
Yes, I got caught on camera last week, so he was proud of me, so I'll take it.
That's awesome. Hey, let's talk a little bit about skincare products. Still big with what you guys are doing right now.
Yes, absolutely. We've been cosmetology or hair school for many years, but the skincare program that we just opened has been really successful so far.
Excellent. What's the name of it again? The skincare, you said don't.
I said you can say skincare, but it's an aesthetics program.
Hey, so check out the aesthetics program. Catherine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Boys, back to you.
Mike, Catherine, thank you very much. Hibbard that time breaking up that pass intended for Alba.
Nice play defensively by Hibbard. He broke on the ball well.
Anthony Hibbard, the corner, that far side. Tight set here on 2nd and 10. That's the first incompletion thrown by Burkett. Comes back the other way, across the middle. Little drag route that time. Reese Osgood. Check that. That was number 6, Elliot Harris, out of the backfield. My bad. Those gold numerals on white jerseys was going to trip me up at least once tonight. Logan Brom and Sean Garcia there as we take another look. Harris dragging across the middle.
A little different formation Franklin's been using this set, and they've got those receivers going deep, and that lets the guy drag over the middle.
Same formation here. Gain of 7 on that last play sets up a 3rd and 3. Burkett on play action. Comes back to Nelson with a screen. Has some blockers downfield. This is Nelson, Lucas Nelson, inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. A 22-yard pickup on the short swing pass to the outside. Burkett to Lucas Nelson.
Nice throwback to that short side of the field. You'll see it here.
Finally, Krayshawn Slayton able to make the stop, but well, you saw that once you got a couple of guys downfield. Nice cutback there by Nelson as well. From the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Another first down here for Franklin. Trying to reach the stretch red zone. Now Burkett flushed out of the pocket, comes back near side, back over the middle, and it is incomplete. Oh, it's juggled and caught. Touchdown, Franklin, my goodness.
You might have found our uncommon play, I think, on this one.
The ball was tipped straight up in the air. Almost like a double ricochet, and ended up in the hands of Keaton Arndt. One more look here. Burkett, I think, had the defense thinking he was going to take it out of bounds, and he stopped and committed that cardinal sin, coach, of throwing it back over the middle.
No. Oh, yes. Looks good.
It comes off the foot and into the hands of Arndt. See if that was number 9 out there again. Was that Osgood? Then it went off his foot? We'll have to take another look.
If you had 3 in anywhere, that's a great reaction.
Wow. Cool on for the extra point. High snap, they get it down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. One more look as we head to our commercial break. Indeed it was. Off of Osgood into the hands of Arndt. 28-0 Franklin.
Just like they practiced.
Franklin up 28-0 on an incredible touchdown pass. Second one tossed tonight by Burkett. Off of Osgood into the hands of Arndt for his second touchdown reception of the year. On the run up is Gunnar Doyle. Doyle up the middle across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Nice return by Gunnar Doyle, brought down by Daniel Martins on special teams for Franklin. So good field position here for Oak Creek as they try and put something together here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, Zach Peterson, they said he was the missing link for them offensively, and his injury as a sports hernia has kind of created that void.
Let's head it down to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I got to tell you, that one took a lot of the wind out of the sails of the sidelines here at Oak Creek. Coaching staff trying to get these boys fired up again, but I can tell you that that one off the kid's foot for a touchdown is taking a little bit of the air out here on the Oak Creek sidelines.
Well, still plenty of game left here. Coaching staff trying to keep the team spirit high as that one goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Aiden Waltersdorf here on the near side. Yeah, Waltersdorf 6'6", 215. Hawk just a little too high for his tall flanker here on the near sideline.
You did see how quickly, though, the defensive backfield reacted for the Sabres. Dyson Klubertons recognized that play, came steaming up there, and would have been there, I think, to make that tackle.
2nd and 10. From the 37, blitz coming. Hawk trying to get out of traffic. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Was Sam Karcher getting in there, the inside linebacker. Well, coming up, we'll highlight high school students who achieve in tonight's Carthage Aspire Student Highlight. That's brought to you by Carthage College, the Aspire program at Carthage. Visit them at carthage.edu.
All 4 of these linebackers for Franklin are seniors and played quite a bit last year, and that really shows in terms of how well they blitz off this 3-man front, as well as how they scrape to the ball.
3rd and 10. Hawk brought it back down, ball juggled, unable to come up with a catch. It's broken up out there, intended on the near side for Gaylett. It was Klubertants over here on the near side that poked it away. And that's been the storyline tonight. Oak Creek, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10 tonight on these drives. We talked to Coach Parr. He said this week that was the key, trying to stay ahead of the chains. 4th straight 3 and out for Oak Creek tonight.
And you don't want to put Franklin back on offense.
Oh, snap to Kessick, gets it away. Takes a nice Oak Creek bounce inside the 30. And will roll dead at the 26-yard line. $37-yard punt. Well, Gotham City has a new protector. You can suit up for the new DC Superhero Series Batwoman. That's Sunday nights at 7, followed by Supergirl at 8. That's on Milwaukee's CW18. Franklin offense back to work. Coming around the far side, Elliot Harris with a penalty flag back near the 25-yard line.
Little of that jet sweep look to kind of add other elements to what Franklin's able to run off their different sets.
Patrick Miles, our referee tonight.
Holding, number 62. On the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Said 62. We don't have a 62 on our.
Burkett in trouble. Down he'll go inside the 10-yard line. Ben Kaczynski. Kaczynski, the 6'2", 212-pound junior defensive end. 3rd sack tonight for that Oak Creek defense.
He made it to the state in wrestling last year, and you saw him do that takedown that time of Burkett.
It's exactly how you teach it. Loss of 14. Brings up a 2nd and 24 now. Shovel pass. Nelson, or check that, that's Spalding, the tight end. Little shovel pass will get some of that back out across the 20-yard line. Ethan John Gonzalez has had a pretty good game tonight. That's his fourth stop tonight on defense for Oak Creek.
If they could force a punt here so they get a chance to maybe have good field position and get some shots at the end zone before the half, that would really boost Oak Creek's morale.
Oak Creek with 2 timeouts remaining. 3 receivers near side for Franklin. Burkett in trouble again, and he'll go down back at the 15-yard line. Once again. Another sack. This time it's Al-Youssef. Gabe Al-Youssef, that's his second sack. 5 tackles tonight for Al-Youssef.
Yeah, 6'3", 242-pound sophomore. Breaks free, keeps his wits about him, takes him down.
Smart timeout taken here by Coach Joel Parr. Bringing up 4th down, saves some time here, 1:31 to go. Looking to get some good field position here, forcing Franklin to punt.
Yeah, you had Al-Youssef, you had Kaczynski meeting at the quarterback. There's only 4 seniors on that defense for Oak Creek.
One of our new sponsors this season is First and Bowl. They had a chance to visit with Mike before our ball game.
Hey guys, thank you very much. I'm here with a couple of guys from First and Bowl. Start with Snell. Snell, it's good to meet you and thanks for being out here. You got a pretty cool event coming up this week.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine. Yeah, we do. We have for our Halloween party next Saturday. Come on out. We're gonna have a best dress contest. We just built our pumpkin chucker, so we're gonna do some pumpkin chucking that evening as well.
So what do I need to wear to win? I don't even want to know what the answer is for that one, brother. I just don't. Hey, when you go out there like I'm going to, you want to talk to Torrance about what you want to eat there. Torrance, when I asked you what's your favorite, and you said you guys do nice wings, huh?
Yes, sir. I believe we have bourbon barbecue wings. It's beautiful. Cooked with love. Thank you.
Hey, also good pizza, stuff like that. If you don't like wings, there's a lot of other options for everybody.
Yes, sir. We have tacos. We have burritos. A lot of stuff. Yes,
Man,
sir.
that's awesome. Boys from First and Bowl, check them out next Saturday. Great event. Boys, back to you.
A shank from Spalding off the near side. It will go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A 22-yard punt. And Oak Creek getting good field position here, has a chance now to get off the schneid.
We said that's what they needed to do, force the punt. They got the advantage now of also having that short kick. See if they can turn this, capitalize on the opportunity to get some points.
And Franklin's defense this year in Southeast Conference games have allowed only 32 points and only given up 6 points in the first half. They'll come back near side. Waltersdorf with the catch, forward progress down to the 32-yard line. A pickup of 6 for Aiden Waltersdorf. Oak Creek trying to hustle it up here, get to that line of scrimmage as we take another look. Just got in that little seam. Just behind the linebacking core that time for Waltersdorf. Hawk under pressure, and he's going to be sacked back at the 36-yard line. Be a loss of 4 on the play. Might have been Spalding in there, spelling Gavin Meyer at that defensive end position. Well, coming up at halftime, we'll highlight this week's Scholar Athlete nominee. We'll we'll take the opportunity to meet a few of the sponsors that help make our Thursday Night Lights happen. And we'll also take a look at the Empire Beauty School highlights of the first half. Juggling catch here to the near side to the 34-yard line. Nathan Gladney, his first reception tonight, the split end, the junior, stayed in bounds, and Oak Creek going to be forced to take a timeout here. Now you bring Kessick in here to attempt a field goal.
I would be talking about approximately about a
50-yarder.
50-yarder.
Kessick this season has hit field goals from 46 and from 45. When we were at practice Tuesday, he was booming that football.
Right. Yeah, he's been 6 out of 10 on field goals so far this year.
He's still down here on the sideline, however.
I think Coach Parr would like to get the 6 and kind of try to find a way to light the fire within this offense.
We're going to need 5 to pick up the first down. Again, the clock would stop with that made first down as Oak Creek is without timeouts now. They're used up their 3 timeouts here in this first half. They had to take one early in the second quarter here on defense.
I'll see what offensive coordinator Dean Tudas has kind of reached into his bag of tricks to see what he's got going.
Well, Franklin's going to discuss this as well, so they'll take a timeout. There's Kessick still on the sideline here.
His coach describes him as quite the character. When we were at practice, Dragan was busy playing the role of the scout team quarterback and loving that role. And he said he's just a real positive kid, someone that the whole team really enjoys.
Well, he certainly enjoyed that scout team. He was slinging that ball pretty good.
Right. Although
little drop in sidearm.
Coach pointed out he did give him one opportunity on a fake punt. Did not work as well, but I'm sure Dragan has had so many other positive moments. That one was going to drag him down.
We said this game important for Franklin to finish undefeated. A couple other big games in the Southeast Conference tomorrow. Racine Park taking on Kenosha Bradford. I think either team wins that ball game, they get to 3 conference wins. Indian Trail is at Case. Case right now on the bubble with 3 wins. 4th and 5, and down goes Cook. Wrapped up from behind, as getting in there was Drew Knockel, the senior outside linebacker, coming in on a blitz.
Yeah, he was totally unblocked. They didn't account for him up front. They didn't slide the protection out there to account for that. They're bringing 5, so you can't double somebody in that line of scrimmage.
Sabres will take over at the Oak Creek 41-yard line. See what Lewis Brown wants to do here. I think he'll be satisfied with that 28-point performance here and just take a knee.
They're going into that formation.
So Burkett will take the knee. Oak Creek can't stop the clock, and that will end our first half. 28 points put on the board by Franklin here in the first half by that young man, Burkett, responsible for 3 touchdowns tonight. 28-0 Sabres over the Knights. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Welcome back to our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights halftime show. 28-0 Franklin putting on quite a show tonight, leading Oak Creek in the final game of the regular season. Well, tonight we'd like to highlight special student athlete. We're proud to present our Scholar Athlete of the Week nominee. And tonight from Franklin High School, it's Jillian Krieger. Jillian has participated in lacrosse and basketball and carries a 4.338 weighted GPA. She was selected all-conference and honorable mention All-State in lacrosse. Jillian is interning with Midwest Medical College Concussion Study that is focused on football and lacrosse athletes. She volunteers her time with Relay for Life as an elementary school classroom volunteer. Her future plans include UW-Madison and a law degree. Congratulations to Jillian Krieger, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Scholar Athlete nominee. 28-0 Franklin on top of Oak Creek earlier this week. Mike had a chance to visit with Marianne Scafidi from the Heiser Automotive Group.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at Heiser Automotive with Marianne Scafidi. Marianne, over 100 years, Heiser's been around. Have you ever sat and thought about how many customers you've served?
Actually, I have. My dad was just asking me that same question. I've been going through a lot of records, and I'm right now at about 852,000 valued customers that have come through the doors over 102 years. And I haven't even hit back in the 1930s yet.
That is, that's amazing. All in southeast Wisconsin, and people from this community, and that has to be the reason that they're being part of everything that is being done in our communities, like Thursday Night Lights and high school football. Why Heiser is so involved.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Heiser started off on Prospect Avenue, as everybody knows, as a Ford dealer, and then they've kind of expanded to the different communities. We have 4 dealerships, one in West Bend, West Allis, Glendale, and then the Menominee Falls area.
So, hey, we had this conversation. You started out as a lot girl at Heiser on Prospect Avenue. I grew up on the east side, very familiar with that area.
Well, if you remember the dealership, we used to park cars on top and then drive them down. I drove enough cars down and bottomed out that they quickly put me in the office to answer phones. And from there, I went into sales and finance.
And so you know this business really well, obviously. You moved away for a little bit and then got back in sales. You got to be proud of the family atmosphere that you have here at Heiser and the amount of community that you guys continue to give back to. So thank you for that. Almost 1 million. If you go back, almost 1 million customers served. Man, congratulations with that.
Thank you.
You bet. If you want to be one of those, 1 million happy customers, Heiser Automotive. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. Marianne Scafidi, thank you for your sponsorship. Franklin on top of Oak Creek, 28-0, halftime here at Oak Creek on My 24. $28-0 Franklin on top of Oak Creek here at halftime at Oak Creek High School. The 300-plus member Oak Creek Marching Band on the field. We head down to the sideline to Mike McGivern and our Marine Corps interview.
Hey, guys, thank you very much. Sergeant Glass, he's 4 months here in Wisconsin. He said it's a little cold. He ain't seen nothing yet. Hey, first and foremost, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for being part of Thursday Night Lights. When you get a chance to talk to some of these student athletes, what do you tell them about your journey with the Marines?
I tell them that it's been great. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, tough the first 6 months.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, but when you get through it, well, I'll tell you what, those guys you got through it with, you guys are friends and brothers for the rest of your life.
Yes, they are.
Hey, when you get done and you thought maybe you're going to go the whole 20, so another 13 years, is there anything you're not going to be ready to do with the rest of your life after that?
No, sir. I believe I can do anything I can do. Anything put in front of me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, thanks a lot for your service. Thank you for being part of Thursday Night Lights. We really appreciate you.
No problem, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Boys, back to you.
Sergeant Glass and Mike, thank you very much. Time now for our Carthage Aspire student highlight. From Franklin High School, we highlight Delon Wynn. Delon is a member of the National Honor Society, Student Senate, Future Business Leaders of America, the Robotics Club, and Multicultural Club. He is an intern at the Metropolitan Medical Center and serves as a tutor at school helping with math, biology, and chemistry. Delon gives back to the community by helping out at Elizabeth Residence in assisted living community. And from Oak Creek tonight, we highlight Owen Pajemski. Owen is the Student Council Board of Education representative. He was selected co-chair for the Wisconsin State Leadership Conference, is a member of the State Champion Marching Band, National Honor Society, Journalism Club, and Accounting Youth Apprenticeship Program. He volunteers with Wisconsin Ovarian Cancer Alliance, PTO Child Care Program, and Breast Cancer Awareness Committee. And his student council advisor says she has met few students with Owen's drive. Congratulations to both of our students tonight as part of the Aspire Student Highlight. The Aspire program is a 4-year program where Carthage College students develop a dynamic approach to goal setting and life skill building. Students will own their ability to be lifelong learners and impactful contributors in the world. Speaking of Carthage College, let's head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, here again this week, Greg from Carthage College. Thank you so much for being part of Thursday Night Lights. Really appreciate it. Hey, we're spending a little time here talking about the basketball program, ready to get going. Athletic programs at Carthage doing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Mike. We've got 27 NCAA Division III athletic teams there, and our student athletes, they enjoy some of the finest athletic facilities anywhere in the nation. So we're really proud of that. In addition, our student athletes, they play in one of the most competitive conferences in the United States, so they get a great experience. They play hard, they play competitive, but they build great friendships and memories, and they graduate in 4 years. That's huge nowadays, right?
Yeah, it really is. Hey, we've talked a lot about visitation, coming down, taking a visit, and I've said a couple of times, I think it's a hidden gem. If you've not been on the campus Carthage, you need to get down there and make sure that you give them a shot before you make any other decisions. Hey, when you're talking about education and scholarships and things, you guys offer a lot.
Yeah, we actually do. And we made some really cool news last month. We lowered tuition by 30%. Not because we're hurting for students. We had one of our largest freshman classes, or I should say the largest freshman class last year in the history of the college. So we're proud of that, but we want to make education more accessible for more people. So on top of that, we also offer a lot of scholarship money. And if you have a senior out there that hasn't applied, please apply now, because a lot of those big scholarships, you have to apply for them by December 3rd.
Hey, thanks a lot for being part of Thursday Night Lights. It's been a pleasure interviewing you each and every week. John, back to you.
Greg, thank you very much. Carthage College, thank you for your sponsorship. 28-0 Franklin on top of Oak Creek. Our Thursday Night Lights on My 24. (28-0) Franklin on top of Oak Creek. I don't believe I've seen a standing ovation for a marching band this season, but we got one here tonight, the state champion Oak Creek Knights marching band. One of our new sponsors this year is Tobacco is Changing. Mike McGivern has one of our sponsors there.
Hey, John, thank you very much. Sue Martin from Tobacco is Changing. Got a really big event coming up here in Oak Creek. Early November?
Yes, November 7th, Mike, and it's at the Oak Creek Assembly of God. It's open to the public. It's an educational event for parents and for youth. Again, talking about some of the hidden dangers and the opportunity to ask questions about what's out there. For those parents that can't make it that night, we have a website, www.tobaccoischanging.com. Parents can find out everything about those new products that are out there and some of the flavors and what you can do about it and how to start those tough conversations with your kids about vaping and juuling.
Sure, we want to invite the grandparents too, because I'm a grandfather, and we need grandparents there to understand as well. It's really strange because I've been coaching basketball a long time. I never heard of vaping 3 years ago, and it is so big right now and such a problem in high schools.
That's right. It's a problem in high schools and middle schools, and really important for parents that do use vaping products to make sure you keep them out of the hands of kids. Put them away. A purse is not good enough. Get that purse in a locked cabinet when you're home during the day. Poisoning is another problem with vaping.
Sue, we talked about going to Catholic schools. Can you imagine what the nuns would have done to us back in the day if we were trying vaping? Hey, thank you so much for being part of Thursday Night Lights.
Pleasure, thank you.
You bet. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you very much. 28-0, Franklin on top of Oak Creek. Time now for our halftime highlights. Our highlights brought to you by Empire Beauty Schools. And as you can imagine, Franklin Sabres dominating our highlight package tonight.
And Miles Burkett is at the center of it. Takes that first one in for a score, scrambling.
First touchdown of the game for Franklin. They were not done. This beautiful post pattern by Elba.
Puts it right on the money to Alba, and he just outraces the defender all the way in.
They made it 14-0 at that point. Then after a nice catch by Arndt down at the 1, Nelson with the 1-yard touchdown run.
Right. Then this is a rather fun play to watch.
Burkett flush to the near sideline, back over the middle. Ball is tipped off the foot and into the hands of Arndt off of Elliott Harris. 28-0 in favor of Franklin. Our halftime highlights brought to you by Empire Beauty Schools. Time now for our Goodwill Halloween costume race. Mike, it's all yours.
So guys, you know where to go. When it comes to costumes, Halloween, you want to go to Goodwill. We got 2 kids from Oak Creek, and they're going to get involved in our contest. We're going to get them going. You all set? Okay, this is a fun one. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So boys, anytime you're looking for costumes, you want to go to Goodwill. This is a fun contest we're doing. Whoever comes back, hits Emmett's hands, is going to be the winner. So let's take a watch.
Every 87 seconds, someone in Wisconsin hears those words. You have last 87 seconds of halftime, student council members will be going through the crowd to raise as much money as they can to help with cancer research and patient care.
Come on, guys, here we go. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. Go. So there you go. Remember, Goodwill. Goodwill is where you want to get your costumes. Who won here? Come on. Hey, Jeannie, thank you so much. Again, Goodwill, thanks for sponsoring this. Dude, you did good, but you got beat.
Oh, I did.
So you know what? Well done. Congratulations. Goodwill, thank you very much for being part of Thursday Night Lights. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. Second half coming your way next. Franklin on top of Oak Creek, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. Franklin on top of Oak Creek as we begin the second half. The Sabres will receive. We get to see Dragan Kesik try and get another touchback here. 93% of his kickoffs have resulted in touchbacks this season. Watch this rocket launch. This one will make it to the middle of the end zone. Didn't quite get all of it.
Did. Wasn't able to put it through the uprights.
I was waiting for him to boom that one into South Milwaukee.
We saw a fantastic halftime show tonight. The Oak Creek Band, as you mentioned, a standing ovation from the crowd. They really not only intricate maneuvers, but how well they played.
Yeah, they did an outstanding job. Over 300 members, a state champion band, and that was quite the scene. A standing ovation at the end of their performance here tonight. Miles Burkett will lead the offense back out. What a night he's had. 12 of 14, 228 yards, 2 touchdown passes. He's also rushed for a touchdown tonight. He'll start this drive from his own 20. 3 receivers to the near side. Burkett coming back over the middle. It's Arndt with a catch, and Arndt off to the races. Keaton Arndt finally brought down back at the 20-yard line. Chasing him down was Nolan Sporleader, the free safety. A 60-yard pass and catch from Burkett to Keaton Arndt.
A nice little slant pattern to the inside. That time freed up. They'd run Alba straight up the field, and he cut under it.
Sporleader able to pull him down. Officially at the 22, and once again, a timeout taken by the defense here as Steve Aluknik wants to get his team readjusted here.
You know, Mike had mentioned that they were a little down in the dumps, Oak Creek was before, and now you can see Coach imploring these guys, hey, now, do you understand what's going on here? Not only are we trying to get back in this game, we have to get the right mindset because we're in the playoffs, but we want to make sure we stay in the playoffs.
Well, you can end your day with 4 hours of family comedies that everyone will enjoy. Defy the daily grind and dare to share the late night laughs. That's weeknights at 9 on CW 18. Burkett now aren't over 100 yards receiving. Burkett now knocking on the door of 300 yards passing here tonight. He's now 13 of 15. Again, same formation. The lineup trips here to the near side. And it looks like Oak Creek will rush 3 here. Quick pass caught here on the near side. Elliott Harris down to the 15, make it the 16-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play, brought down by Sam Parr.
Another one of those sophomores who's playing this year for Oak Creek.
Harris, first team all-conference a season ago. And they'll go trips left side. 2nd and 4. inside the Stritch red zone here. Burkett dancing around the pocket, comes back near side, has some running room to the 5, pylon, touchdown, Franklin. 15-yard scamper that time by Burkett, his second rushing touchdown tonight.
As he moved to his left, everybody flowed that way, he cuts back, and he's into the corner here.
2 by air, 2 by ground tonight. The other rushing touchdown to Nelson, a 1-yard run. And now Coulon to start a running clock. Flag before the snap.
It's about the only mistake we've seen Franklin make.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 60 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Cameron Wilson, the left tackle, lining up on the special team unit, the guilty party.
It's the bad thing about having the referee mic'd. We identify who the perpetrator is.
Relatively penalty-free game tonight.
Yes.
They let the guys play tonight. Cool for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-0. Let's head downstairs to Mr. Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, here with one of my favorite people, Dean Renicky. Just one of the good men in our community. Talking about Concordia, we had talked a little earlier about the MBA program, and you're a big fan.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, kids have a lot of choices, and if you want an uncommon experience, we have it. You know, great Christian university, wonderful programs, and we're the largest MBA program in the state of Wisconsin. Bigger than Madison, bigger than Whitewater, and again, a lot of great choices for kids, but we're proud of what we do.
Hey, Dean, nobody from Concordia ever runs away from the faith-based and say, look, this is who we are as a university, and they're real proud of that. When you talk about living uncommon, that's part of it.
Absolutely. Pat Ferry leads from the top, our president, and yeah, we don't shy away from being a Christian university. Everything we do is about that, and it starts with that, and that's why we live an uncommon life.
Dean, it's really good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
You bet. Thank you. John, back to you.
Thank you, guys. Concordia, we want to thank you, Concordia University, for being part of our Thursday Night Lights broadcast this season. 4 play, 80 yards, 58 of them on the first play from scrimmage on the pitch from Burkett to Arndt. And following this kickoff, we will have a running clock. First time this season we've had one here on Thursday Night Lights.
And I don't think we were necessarily expecting that would be the case tonight, but Franklin's been hitting on all cylinders this evening.
Doyle will take this at his own 2. Trying to go up the middle. He'll get to the 19-yard line. 17-yard return for Gunnar Doyle. And again, we'll have a running clock with the 35-point lead. Jordan Phillips got down there from Franklin on special teams, and right now you just got to build it one down at a time here for Oak Creek.
You know, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, Oak Creek knows they're in the playoffs, but this loss is going to leave a bad taste in their mouth. So what they need to do is have something they can look back on, take a little pride in, and so they can get some momentum going into that playoff game.
Yeah, 4 teams in right now, 3 for sure. A Case kind of a bubble team at 3-3, but you got Kenosha Indian Trail in there right now at 5-1 in league play. Across the 25, out near the 30-yard line and spilled out of bounds there. That was Nathan Gladney on the jet action that time, coming around from the slot receiver side. Brought down on the play by Jarek Miller.
That was something, Coach Parr had mentioned that offensive coordinator Dean Tudis wanted to do, some jet and jet veer plays to try to get to the outside, get some movement from that defense so they can come up inside with the veer.
The longest gain on the ground tonight, pickup of 12 and a first down. First downs this quarter brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. They'll pitch it out near side to go to the big man. Waltersdorf makes the catch. On a leaping grab, they'll give him forward progress out to the 37. Dyson Klubertans was there on the stop.
We've seen him come up all night and really cover that receiver well. Arrives right as the ball does.
And staring down Connor Dirtz on that linebacker blitz as well. Job by Hawk to set his feet and get that one out there. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Gonna try and toss it out here for Waltersdorf. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Again, Klubertans on the coverage. Also sliding over was the free safety Miller.
Yeah, Klubertans using his hip to kind of ride the receiver to that sideline. Well played.
Bring up a 3rd and about 3 here. They'll go 2 by 2, double slot here with a single back. Hawk now going to try and scramble, but he's going to be wrapped up immediately.
A 3-man rush, but they kind of condensed the play.
That would have been Meyer, Gavin Meyer again. Be a tackle for a loss again for Meyer. That's just an unbelievable stat. Over 40 tackle for losses, 16 sacks. Got one earlier tonight. Wow, that young man can play at that next level.
Oh, you betcha.
Well, going to go for it here on 4th down, trailing 35-0. Hawk going to go back over, and it's incomplete on the slant route, intended for Gladney. Ball was just too hot, and Franklin will take over. Again, a running clock with that 35-point lead. Well, let's head down to Mike McGivern, the AD, with you, I see.
Hey, Scott, the AD, he is doing a great job here at Oak Creek. Look, you know what? This team plays a lot of young kids. I'm a big Joel Parr fan. No worries on that. The rest of the sports teams at Oak Creek doing awfully well. You're doing a nice job here.
Well, we appreciate that, Mike. We got great kids. Obviously, you know, we've benefited from not only the work of guys like Joel Parr, but, you know, you go up and down Steve Haluknik with our girls basketball program. You know, our...
That's all right. Hey, that's one of the Brunner brothers. They've never liked me.
But, no, I mean, you go up and down. We got great coaches, great kids that work hard. You know, obviously tonight's not going our way, but we're really proud of the things we're accomplishing here.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, you know, look, the things that are going on within the sports and the academics here is second to none. And you guys doing a good job. Congratulations on that.
Thanks, Mike. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us out.
All right, no problem. Anytime.
Hey, see you later. Boys, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. 18-yard run by Nelson. Now Burkett nowhere to go. He will just scramble his way to the far sideline out of bounds. Chased out that time by Ethan John Gonzalez along with Max Burriman.
You could see Burkett move his read from one receiver to the next receiver to the next receiver and just didn't throw it up just for the heck of it.
Again, just a sophomore, 6'1", 175, and you can be around a while. Teams in the Southeast Conference are going to have to contend with this young man for a couple more years. They'll send a man in motion over the middle. Juggling catch made inside the 15. Brought down nicely, Keaton Arndt. Well, he's had a coming on here since the second quarter, making some spectacular catches for the Sabres tonight.
We can say the bounces have gone his way.
They have.
You know, you also see offensive coordinator Jesse Miller has put together some real nice packages here for how they run their patterns and how they're lots of crossing. They know how to clear a zone to let the receiver get in.
Gain of 8, 3rd and 3. Burkett on the scramble, coming back near side. Will get the first down and more. Inside the 5, fighting to the goal line. He will not quite get there. They'll get him out short of the 1.
Got a scrum going down there in the corner there.
One more look here. Just a design rollout play, and he found a seam. Got a good block downfield by Reese Osgood. Burkett tonight over 300 yards passing tonight. Has 2 rushing touchdowns to his credit tonight. They'll put Gavin Meyer in as a fullback in front of Nelson here. 1st and goal from the 1. Nelson in for his 2nd touchdown tonight.
Same play as before.
Yep. Just follow Meyer. Wherever 94 goes, 21 will follow. Lucas Nelson, second touchdown run tonight. Franklin pouring it on here in this second half. We get one more look here. Very simple. Follow the fullback to the hole. He'll take you into the end zone.
Cameron Wilson, Nick Stauber, Peyton Harty, John Picard, and Will Wilson across that front for the line for the Franklin Sabres.
Luke Kuhl for the extra point. And he's been perfect tonight. 42-0. Franklin on top of Oak Creek. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights in Oak Creek tonight on My 24.
First and goal. The Tobacco-Free Alliance.
5 plays, 68 yards, and Franklin adds to their lead, 42-0 here midway through our third quarter. Again, a running clock situation here facing Oak Creek. Stefan Vukmanovic, the senior kicker, does all the kickoffs here for Franklin. Line drive kick. Will be picked up by Doyle. Coming in on the near side across the 20, cuts it back across the 30, and out to the 40-yard line. Nice run back by Gavin Doyle. We'll set the Knights up with good field position here as we take another look on the return by Gavin Doyle.
Yeah, that's Doyle's second really strong return this evening.
Gunnar Doyle, I'm sorry. I kept mispronounced that first name. Mom, I'm sorry. It's Gunnar Doyle.
Very good baseball player as well.
Yes, he is, yeah. A lot of two and three sport athletes for both teams here tonight. As you get a look at Joel Parr. Been a long night for Coach Parr tonight.
Right, and you know, he knew what a challenge Franklin was.
Hawk going to put it up. Likes to run with it, and he'll be tripped up right behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a sack once again for Gavin Meyer.
Once again, they only rushed 3 that time, but they collapsed the pocket.
Gavin working out a cramp. Well, he's had a busy night playing fullback for a couple of touchdown runs and a couple of sacks tonight for Gavin Meyer. Well, I'll tell you what, he would be a great college football player. Talking with a couple of people before the game, you bulk him up a little bit to keep him on that defensive end, or do you take him on an outside linebacker or one of those ends that can put his hand down on the outside? Swing pass out to Erdman. Far sideline, short of midfield. Mark him out near the 49-yard line, short of the first down. I think it was Logan Matthews in there now at corner. Matthews, a 6-foot sophomore, 8th tackle of the season for Matthews.
And we should point out that Franklin has a number of sophomores playing on the offense and defense. Apparently they had an unbelievable freshman team last year.
The last couple of years. I think, what, 5 years running?
5 years in a row undefeated. They were a little disappointed that that string got broken.
Hawk going to throw it back. As a forward pass. It was. It'll be ruled incomplete. Pass attempt out there. Looking for Lucas Gallant. It was thrown well high. Just enough forward motion on it. Brings up 4th down. And the Knights going forward here. 2 wings, 2 receivers, single back. And it's picked off on the far sideline. This will be a pick 6 down the far sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown is Klubertans. Dyson Klubertans with the pick.
We've been commenting all night on how he breaks on the ball. Really reads the quarterback's eyes well. He was a second team all-conference performer a year ago.
Just read the quarterback's eyes, followed it, raced it back 52 yards for the interception return touchdown.
Hands on the interception for a touchdown. Sabres extend their lead.
So 52 yards on the return by Klubertans. Cool on to add the extra point. Waiting for Franklin football to bring in here. Well, Franklin headed for what looks like an undefeated conference championship, and they're going to be a team. And we talked about this before the game, Coach. What are you going to do here? You've got Muskego and Franklin D1, both in the same area of the state.
McWanago's over this way. You've
got at least one city conference team that's going to be undefeated
conference champion.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, the WIA will be dividing the state into 8 quadrants.
Cool's extra point. He's been perfect tonight. 49-0 as we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I've met Allie. Turns out that we're neighbors. Pretty cool. She's with the Oak Creek Health Department, talking a little bit about an event coming up.
Yeah, we're having a medication take-back day. It's on October 26th at the Pick and Save in Oak Creek from 10 to 2. And we're encouraging people to bring back their unused medication so it doesn't get in the wrong hands.
Hey, Allie, real quick. So we've talked a lot about making sure we secure our medication for a number of reasons. One being when we have kids, friends in the house. Really important that we understand that.
Absolutely. You should always keep your medicine locked up. You never know. It could be the best kid in the world, but they could come in and take medications either to use for themselves or to give to someone else. So we really encourage people to lock up their medication and get rid of that unused medication. There's no reason to have it in your house.
So guys, she grew up in the DC area, went to Wisconsin. She's a true Badger fan at this point. Allie, thank you. It's so nice to meet you. Boys, back to you.
Mike, Allie, thank you very much. Partial, almost a full moon.
Almost a full moon.
Representing the score from Oak Creek tonight as well. A big 0 tonight. They have really struggled. First turnover of the game, believe it or not, was that 52-yard return on the interception by Klubertans. This time on the return, it's Nathan Gladney, and he'll take it out across the 25-yard line. Brought down on the play by Caden Rosas.
You know, we talk about, Franklin, how they've done this here. We've got a flag, first of all.
While they sort this one out, again, a big thank you for Dan for providing our food each and every week for our Thursday Night Lights staff and crew. Great meal again tonight. Check them out at dandanmke.com for their complete menu and delivery options.
Next Thursday night, I think I'll have to drive to Dan Dan's just because I've been so impressed by the quality of their food.
Why don't you take Peg out for dinner? She deserves it for all the work she does behind the scenes here.
You bet.
Try and run it up the middle here in the last minute of play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, go back to that point I was trying to make. Franklin's only loss this year was to Appleton North. Was to Fond du Lac, who's only got one loss on the season, to Kimberly. They then took apart a good Appleton North team who's playing Kimberly tomorrow night, trying to establish themselves. But then they've kind of gone through got 4 shutouts on the year, got one going tonight. Certainly look like a team that's going to receive a lot of consideration when it comes to that seeding.
Working on their 5th shutout in conference this year. As they run a little option coming up the near side. The quarterback across the 40, out of bounds near the 45-yard line. That's a new quarterback in there now for the Oak Creek Knights. Looks like it's Brady or Ryan Hassar running it out as time runs out here in the third quarter. Oak Creek will have it 1st and 10 when we begin the 4th. It's been all Franklin tonight on our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. Fourth quarter in Oak Creek. Franklin Sabres well on their way to their 8th win of the season, 7th in conference, finishing the season 7-0 in conference play. Again, running clock, and Kessler again with a big run up the middle will get 10 and a first down to start this fourth quarter. Brian Weissman in there on the stop for Franklin.
Yeah, Ryan, a sophomore, Kassar, 5'9", 150 pounds. Trying to get just a little different look, a different feel.
A couple of nice runs here to end that third quarter, now start this fourth quarter. Trying to build up a little momentum here in this fourth quarter. Take that into next week's playoff game. Again, Kasser carried out that fake nicely. Kept it up the middle for a couple. Okay, he was brought down by Kyle Martinez, now in there at linebacker. Also Walkowiak there, Carson Walkowiak in the ball game. Teams now giving their ones a rest. Joel Parr. I think that look sums it up. Kasser coming back near side, completes to Gladney. Gladney to the 41. Boy, he tried to make a move. He thought he had some room, but the defender got there quickly and closed that off. That was Logan Matthews coming in to make that stop.
Matthews on the stop. Third and 6.
You talk about this conference, the big game, a couple of big games tomorrow, Park and Bradford. Bradford at 2-4, Park also at 2-4, so you would think the winner of that game has an inside shot on tiebreakers to make the playoffs. Kenosha Indian Trail is at Case. Case sitting now at 3-3 in the league. Brian Shreddle has done a great job with that Eagles program. Taking it across the 35 down to the 31-yard line. That was Gabe Buckman. Buckman in there, running back. Tyler Smith able to make the stop. But enough for a first down here for Oak Creek. So we have a running clock here in this fourth quarter. Carrying the ball now, Adam Richter. Richter down to the 25-yard line. We'll get 6 on the play. Coming up was Jamil Key. Well, coming up following the game, stay tuned to our Champions Trophy presentation. Our trophy presentation brought to you by Rudig Trophy. Second and 4. Again, Kasser keeps it, spun down at the 23-yard line.
Kasser spun down after a short game. Key on the tackle.
Credit Key with that tackle.
Third 3 for the Knights.
Jahil Key in there now at linebacker.
Yeah, they're shuffling in a good number of guys trying to get, they're only getting a couple plays at a time, but they're trying to make sure they spread it out. These guys have worked hard all year.
2-yard pickup, 3rd and 2 here for Oak Creek. Kasser will pick up the first down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Nice run by Kasser of 9. Brian Weissman there again on the stop, the linebacker for Franklin.
And on the year, Oak Creek has obviously been much better running the ball, and now they're getting a chance. You're seeing a little bit of what their option offense can do.
Kasser down to the 5-yard line. Pickup of 8 will set up a 2nd and short. Looked like Isaac Spiegel was in there on the stop for Franklin.
Passer on the keeper. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for the Knights.
There you see the numbers on Kasser tonight, 5'9". Sophomore. Getting some PT here late. This time they will run the jet sweep near side into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Creek. Running it in for the Knights, Gabe Buckman. Coming in and running back, so Kasser in the offense gets on the board here.
That's exactly what we mentioned a little bit ago, that they need to have something they can point to and say, all right, we know what we can do. Yes, we're playing an unbelievably good team.
Hey, credit Dean Tudis, though, with coming up with these packages for Kasser. He's been able to run the ball up the middle, and so those fakes are being honored by the defense, freezing the linebackers to allow that jet action to come back the other way.
Right. And they know that they can do some things well. They've been, just hasn't been consistent this year, and so you know, they're looking for that.
Dragan Keswick for the extra point. Oh, bobbled snap. The holder's going to have to throw. Fire is the call, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. So the point try, no good. 49-6 here in the fourth. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Well, Oak Creek removes the goose egg on the nice run by Buckman. A little positive going into this week. Oak Creek, like all the other teams that have made the playoffs, will now sit and wait. Keswick will launch this one into Racine County.
He got it to the back of the end zone that time.
Yes, he did. Well, tonight's uncommon moment, if you remember back in the second quarter. Boy, this was a fun one to watch. Burkett on the roll. And the ball gets deflected off the foot of Osgood into the hands of Arndt. A little bicycle kick soccer style there for that touchdown, or uncommon moment tonight. That's brought to you by Concordia University. Live uncommon.
That was a tip-off for Oak Creek of how the night was going to go.
I think he got him pinned to the sideline, and he throws it back over the middle. Looks like Jarek Miller in there now at quarterback. We'll hand it off. And some running room down that far side out to the 35-yard line. Noah Detman on the carry, or excuse me, not Noah Detman, that's Tanner Rivard.
Rivard on the carry.
Tanner Rivard, his first carry tonight. Brought down on the play by Jonathan Velasquez.
First down, Sabres. First and 10. Ball spotted at
15-yard pickup that time.
Miller, an excellent quarterback in his own right, but starts on defense. His dad, Jesse, is the offensive coordinator for the Sabres.
On first down, Miller taking as much time as he can here. Run it out again, far side. Tanner Rivard brought down by Velasquez and Burriman. Looks like Marko Rajkovic will be in there now as a wide receiver. Jack Barrett's, I believe, now at quarterback. Three receivers to the near side on second and long. Option pitch. Rivard able to break tackles across midfield. Rivard pulled down from behind at the 47-yard line. Ethan John Gonzalez able to make the stop. He's had a nice game tonight. 6 tackles this evening on defense for the Knights.
You know, both these teams have an unbelievable number of sophomores who really look like ball players. These two teams are going to be both very, very good Southeast Conference again next year.
The rise of Racine Case, Racine Park, back to respectability there in that Southeast Conference League. Bradford's had a rough year offensively, but their defense has been strong all season long for the Red Devils. Again, coming back near side is Rivard. Tripped up inside the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. Brought down by Anthony Hibbert. Well, stay tuned. At the end of the game tonight, we will highlight our player of the game. Wonder who that might be. Well, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. His numbers tonight. He's thrown for over 300 yards tonight. Maybe that's too much of a hint, but that's what we're going to go with. Second down, 7 upcoming here for Franklin. Again, running clock here, under 4 minutes to play. On a throw here. They'll go over the middle, it's picked off. Intercepted. Nolan Sporleader returns it back to the 44-yard line of Franklin. Somewhat surprised they put it up that time, but Sporleader back there able to make the pick. One of the leaders on defense, Nolan Sporleader, captain on this team, the senior. His second interception of the season. We'll take another look. Was thrown high for the intended receiver that time, Ratchovic. And Sporleader able to pick it off. Well, 2.5 Men has moved. It's still on the same great station here on My 24, but at a new time. You can catch it weeknights at 6 and 6:30 right here on My 24. Short gain on the run that time by Noah Detman, brought down by Brian Weisman. Pickup of 2, second down 8. We mentioned those big games in the Southeast, several playoff implications across the way. Greater Metro Conference, you got Sussex, Hamilton, and Menominee Falls. A win by Hamilton, they would secure a bid into the playoffs.
And would create opening for Brook Central to claim the conference crown.
This will be a run play here. McNeve brought down.
I don't think we've had any updates on the Woodland Conference.
I think that was Tyler Smith. Yeah, we haven't heard much on that Whitnall-Greendale matchup. Another game tonight with playoff implications. Kenosha St. Joe at Racine St. Catherine. St. Joe kind of on the bubble. They need the win to secure a bid for sure, but a loss, they would still be alive on tiebreakers. Again, Kasser. Take it down to the 42-yard line.
I think Milwaukee King is playing Reagan tonight for the City Conference title.
I think Mike has an update on that Woodland Conference championship.
Hey guys, it's 14-14, all tied Whitnall and Greendale. And guys, I just want to say it's been a heck of a year. Thank you so much. You know what, John Weiser, you're unbelievable. Terry Kelly's not bad. Terry Kelly's not bad. He's a Marquette High guy. So not a lot of great things I can say about it, but I'm only kidding, Coach Kelly. You're the best. Boys, I think we've had a really good year, and I appreciate working with you, too.
You too, Mike. Hey, we're all 3 Metro Conference guys from back in the day. St. Joe's, Dominican.
Yeah, I went to Mesper.
You were a Mesper grad, but yep.
Yeah, we drill the Hilltoppers week after week. No problem there.
Yeah. We won't bring that up. No, Mike does such a great job overall promoting high school sports. And, inducted into the High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame last year for the work he's done.
Excellent job by Mike on the sidelines. And again, all those sponsor interviews and the athletic directors and district administrators, as we got an injured player for Oak Creek being tended to.
Ben Zielikowski, good to see him up and moving. First team all-conference player. And there is a group that really deserves so much credit.
Mel and John up there, our camera guys.
The whole production staff does an amazing job. Our spotters.
Sean Raffaelli. How about Dan over here? Dan Plockman has done an outstanding job with the stats all year. Yes, he's shaking his head over there.
He juggles the numbers very well. Sean's always done that with his business, John.
There's Andy, our cameraman, up on the lift tonight. We thank Andy. This entire My 24 sports crew has done an outstanding job. Paul Rudolph.
Paul Rudolph, our producer, cannot forget. Oops.
My conscience in the ear as that one bobbled. Franklin thinks they're going to pick it up here. Let's see. No signal yet. Chris on the sideline with our sideline camera. Boy, he's held up nice. He's taken a couple of shots in a couple of games this year. Yes, he has.
Yes.
Franklin will take over here.
Yeah, they can only do so much with the cameras to try to make us look good. It's amazing.
Well, it's all that new digital technology now with that, different things. Todd, our cameraman, also on the sideline. Todd has been outstanding with us this year.
Going for the big W.
Yes.
Motion. And Franklin in no hustle, sees no need to hustle out to try to cram the play in. They'll take as much time as they can.
8-1 record now for Franklin. 7-0 in the conference. Undefeated conference champion. Like I said, you got Muskego on the other side from the Classic 8. Potential to be undefeated conference champ as well. And this is going to be a loaded southeast quadrant here of this state tournament when it gets underway next week. Again, once the final scores are in tomorrow night, they'll evaluate everything. Brackets will be made. Quadrants will come out sometime around midnight, and then they'll fill them up and seed them. Franklin a winner tonight, big time, 49-6 over their arch rival Oak Creek. Franklin now at 7-0 in the conference. Oak Creek falling to 4-3 in conference play. Back with our player of the game and our Champions Trophy Award in our post game right after this. Franklin completes the Southeast Conference portion of the schedule, undefeated, 7-0, conference champions, a 49-6 victory over the Oak Creek Knights tonight. And they will head in the playoffs as 8-1 and undefeated conference champion. Oak Creek falling to 4-3 in the conference, 5-4. They're also playoff bound, and their fortunes left to the committee that will get underway late on Friday after the completion of all the Friday games. And we're getting everybody gathered downstairs. Tonight's Player of the Game Award. Here's Mike.
Hey, guys, U.S. Marine Player of the Game. He is Miles Burkett. I worked with his dad. I see he got all of his athletic ability from his mom's side. I can tell you that right now. I'm just kidding. Jeff Trickey sent me a text, said, you tell that young man I'm really proud of him. Awfully good game today. Or sophomore, you play against Oak Creek. It's certainly a rivalry game. Well done.
Thank you. So, this team, we're on a mission. We took a hard loss in the first game, but ever since we just keep going. That's the message we're trying to tell to everybody. We got young guys, old guys just working together. We want to be at Camp Reno at the end of the year. Offensive line, defense, receivers, we all just want to make plays out here tonight.
Yeah, that offensive line, I'll tell you what, before we got live out, you said, look, I got to thank these guys. They did a great job today. Your receivers, man, they caught everything you threw today.
Yes, sir. All season, I've just been trusting my receivers. I put it in a place where they can catch it and make plays, and that's what we're going to do.
Sergeant Glass, this is exactly the kind of guy that you want to talk to as far as being the leader. He runs that. He runs certainly that offensive side, and he's the kind of guy you love in the Marines.
Yes, sir, it is.
He handles that huddle. So we want you to hand him that trophy. Congratulations. Well done, U.S. Marine Player of the Game right there. Boys, back to you.
Miles Burkett, our quarterback tonight, the sophomore from Franklin, our U.S. Marine Corps Player of the Game, and here's his highlight package tonight.
Yeah, this first throw, you talk about putting it right into his receiver's hands, exactly what he did, Miles Alba.
Then this play, one of the highlights of throughout the year, I think.
Yeah.
The deflection.
And the kick.
The kick and the catch. Harris to Arndt. And 2 rushing touchdowns tonight by Burkett as well. Finished the game 15 of 17 for 302 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns tonight for Miles Burkett, our player of the game, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Again, just a sophomore. That's going to haunt some coaches in the Southeast Conference. Let's head back down to Mike McGivern for our championship trophy presentation, brought to you by Rudig Trophies. When you think trophies, think Rudig Trophies.
Hey, Coach Lewis Braun, congratulations. Really good game. Look, I know offense put up a lot of points. I want to talk about the defense. This defense, I'll tell you what, until the end, they give up nothing, and I don't think they were happy giving that one up. They've been playing that way all year long.
Absolutely. It's been team defense, speed all over the field, all 3 levels. Just very proud of that group. They haven't given up a point in the first half of any conference game this year.
You know, we talked before, those first 2 very difficult non-conference games, you said, well, let's find out. Was this the right thing to do? And look, guys like me thought you were a little bit crazy doing it, and you weren't. You were right. This team is certainly battle-tested, ready to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, we're always going to seek the best. We're excited as heck with how the season's gone, and I think we got a few more to go. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think so too. You have no idea which way they're sending you, any of that stuff. You can't figure that stuff out, can you?
No, we can't. It's a who's next attitude. That's how we're going to approach it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. These seniors, this is the trophy they like this one. They love this one, no doubt. Boys, back to you. Congratulations. Good job, guys. Good luck. Get it going. Here we go.
Franklin winning the helmet trophy. Goes to the rival winner in this Oak Creek Franklin series. They've been at 49-6 tonight over Oak Creek.
Well, they said they're on a mission. Their only loss last year was to Muskego in the quarterfinals. I'm sure they'd like to advance much farther and further.
Final break and a final word coming your way next, right here on My 24. Franklin Sabres win their 8th straight. They clinch the conference title as an undefeated conference champion with a 49-6 victory over Oak Creek. They're going to be a tough out in the state playoffs next week.
They present so many threats to you offensively, and their defense is so solid. It's a very good team.
Well, again, thank you, Terry Kelly, for everything you do. It's been a pleasure working with you again this season.
Well, you're a master at your craft. The play-by-play, you're so smooth with it. It's a pleasure to watch and hear.
Thank you, and a pleasure to work with a couple of Hall of Famers, you and Mike McGivern on the sideline, our great staff, Sean Raffaelli, our spotter, for Dan Plockman, our stat man. That wraps up our 10th anniversary season of Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights here on My 24. Thanks for being part of it. Hope to see you again next season, and good luck to all our area teams that head into the playoffs in the coming weeks. Again, Franklin a winner tonight, 49-6. Thank you for watching. John Weiser saying good night from Oak Creek.